Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses, gang. Not because I shamed everybody that's on Snap, Link, EBT, whatever you want to call it. Hold on. I just want you to know I'm not that. I just have certain angles. I'm going to give you some free game, bro, on how to move. Like, if you want to move from LA to Texas or from Texas to Florida or anything like that, you're saying, I don't know how I'm going to move, we're impoverished. This is probably not going to work if you're on Section 8. So, if you're on Section 8, this video is not for you. But if you know somebody that's not on Section 8 that desperately wants to move, they want to move their children away from, bad areas, gang banging, things like that and shit. This is what you can do and shit. Okay, so look, peep this. So you can get renter's insurance, right? And a lot of times, now, the thing about this is you have to have the right conversations with your landlord and the renter insurance agency. Read the fine print. Renter's insurance is not that expensive. I believe it's about $100 a month. And if you don't have $100 a month for renter's insurance, get it. Find a way. Okay? So basically what you can do is you can get this renter's insurance, and a lot of times the renter's insurance will cover anywhere from 100K to 300K. So let's say if you have a fire and, or not even that, that's extreme. Let's say if you have a leak, and the leak goes from your kitchen to your dining room and it messes up the legs on your table, right? They will, all you have to do is take pictures of it. You may or may not have to show receipts, but they will replace your table or your TV or whatever is destroyed or altered, right? Boom. So with that being said, in certain contracts they have, if the tenant, meaning you, does not pay certain types of rent, or they just destroyed something so disgustingly, they will take that money out. Now, your landlord can, let's say if your rent is like $1,500 a month, right? Your landlord can do something in America that we call lying and say that you destroyed this, and this, and they will give them the bread. Let's say if you need $4,500 to move on the dot, off the back, they can take pictures of a unit that is not yours. Send them the fact that you destroyed this, you did that, you did this. And the renter's insurance agency will give them that $4,500. And then you could save your $4,500 and move from Texas to Florida or Ohio to Georgia, wherever you want to move. I don't know you, right? Unfortunately, I would like to know you. Comment where you want to move and what state you live in right now. But you can do this. Now, this is going to lead me to another video as far as being likable, having communication and emotional intelligence and critical thinking skills. I'm not encouraging you to encourage somebody to lie, because that's just as bad as lying. But you should finesse. You should be likable. You have to, because the reason that I had to move jobs, and the reason I had to be relocated, and the reason that my relationships have been in the conditions they've been in, because I didn't understand the power of being liked. I really was depending on the fact that I was taking care of my duties and my responsibilities and trying to put, kind of like how a nerd focuses on their knowledge and their and certain wisdoms and certain respects to be able to attract a woman. That's how I was. It doesn't matter if you like me. I do my goddamn job. I show up every day. I'm reliable. No, people well, I don't want to say have, but people come from women as well. A lot of people can't work with you if you don't make them feel good or if they don't like you. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to help you excel. They're not going to put you in a position, as RIP Sinful P would say, to be in possession just because you do your job and you're skillful, and you know they have to like you. You have to make them feel good. When you walk in the room, they have to be happy, that you have arrived. Like that old show that used to come on, Cheers. And I'm not even that old. It's just they played the reruns. You want to go where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. You get what I'm saying? So I learned that lesson the hard way. That's enough. Put it down. There you go. Thank you. You're a good guy. You're a good man. That's enough, Dada. Come here. Okay, so at the end of the day, in my last situation, I definitely could have been in a stronger position of power if you ate a lot of candy. That's not candy. That's Halls. We're gonna go to the store right after that. I finished it. Here, come here. It is. That is Halls is not candy, my nigga. But at the end of the day, being likable is being powerful. You get what I'm saying? So if you already have a horrible relationship with your landlord, you know, a lot of people are not gonna change their mind as far as how much they like you or if you're likable in their opinion. It's probably not gonna change. So that if the landlord doesn't like you already, they're not gonna put themselves in a position where they're gonna be in a bad spot. You get what I'm saying? But it's totally workable, and they might not even have to do all of that. Like I said, if you get on the phone with the renter's insurance agency and tell them what you're trying to do, they might give you more game than I'm giving you right now. But renter's insurance, if you are like in a gang-ridden area, or it's all kind of, if you live on the stroll and or you just don't want to live there, if it's desperate, yes, of course, know where you're gonna live. You know what I'm saying? So if you live in, let's say you live in Seattle, and you want to move to Houston, you could call. I think the company is called. It's something weird. I think it's like candy or sugar. It's something weird like sugar or candy, something to that effect. You could call them up, ask them about their policies, and be like, "Hey, look, if I'm delinquent on my rent, if I don't pay rent for 2, 3 months, and I'm stacking that up, and I'm trying to move, will you guys pay that if I tell the landlord, hey, I got renter's insurance? You could just take it out. Are they gonna do it? There are renter's insurance that will do it, and it's hella cheaper than what you're paying for your rent. It's only like $100. Some of them are only $50. Some of them are like $400, but it's worth it to even just make the call. Make the call, bro. Make the call. Find which ones. Are you drinking Pedialyte? That's good. We're gonna go to the store, and you can get out that situation. But be likable, bro. You don't always be likable. This is the formula. Be likable. Humanize yourself, but don't talk too much. Use as many words as possible. Bring out the best in you. Because you know what? You know what really changed my perspective on being likable? When I understood that, and I always call my last manager or the last supervisor that I had a bitch ass nigga. Like, oh yeah, I know he doesn't teach me these things and I don't have certain knowledges because he doesn't like me. I knew that from a certain time that I was there. I was there for 2 years. And I'm thinking, no, this dude is a very masculine, coming off type of man. Like, he doesn't act like a feminine person here and there, right? But at the end of the day, he's still human, bro. He still has 23 chromosomes from his mother. Thank you, Simple the P, for that information. He still has 23 chromosomes from his mother that he definitely has access to. He's still gonna act off his feminine energy and his feminine chromosomes. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, was he being a bitch ass nigga just because he didn't want to teach me certain things and he didn't want me to excel in my field because he didn't like me? Yes, he was, but he's still a human being at the end of the day. You get me? So some people are not going to help you out if they don't fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So that is a feminine trait, because I was showing up pretty much with the mentality, I just want to get my money and do my job and go home. No, I don't want to eat with you. No, I don't want to exchange. I'm not going to ask you how your weekend was, how your kids wear. I don't give a fuck about your fuck your kids, nigga. Let's get this money. Let's do. And I will always say that every time I will clock in. Let's get this cash. Like, no, bro. Business is very personal in a lot of instances, depending on what you do and what field you're in. People do have to like you, know, even no matter what, bro. Would you rather your surgeon like you or dislike you? Or do you think, oh, no, he makes $1 million a year, he's going to do the surgery? No, nigga. Even when I was getting supposed to get surgery on my hand, I could tell that the surgeon that was supposed to do the surgery that I did not get, because I just, hey, it is what it is. Meditation, hard work, and dedication helped my situation. But I could tell just because how I was coming off, how I was speaking to the nurses, how I was just so broke, and how I got my hand in that situation. I don't want you to operate on me, nigga, because you don't like me. I can't just talking about some yeah, the nerves are gonna naturally heal, and you have so many nerves right here, and he showed me how we can connect them. We can connect some of them, but we're not gonna connect all of them, nigga. If he liked me, he would have fucking connected all of them. I kept on trying to tell him how to do his job. I was like, hey, can you just numb my whole hand so I don't have to be put under? And he was like, that's interesting that you say that. And my favorite patients are usually the ones that try to tell me how to do my job. And I was like, oh, like people, that's the mentality that changed. People not liking me or people not understanding my approach, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person. That just means that they're human, bro. You have to be able to balance your emotions with your logic and understand that people have emotions to keep them safe. That's what emotions are for, to detect is this poison or is this nutrition? And when you act poisonous, if you make people feel bad, if you put a bad taste in people's mouth, if you make people think of the bitter taste like grapefruit instead of sugar, yes, they're gonna treat you like you're toxic, like you're poisonous, even though that's not your intentions. That's not who you are. You're a good person on the inside, nigga. They don't know you. So what you have to do is put yourself out there as if this situation, this encounter that we have is gonna be food for the soul. It's gonna be nutritional. You know what I'm saying? Be likable, my nigga. Be likable, speak to people well, humanize yourself. Don't act like a robot. Don't act like you're just out here for the bag, trying to get this money, because how you make people feel could change their lives. You don't have to give them any knowledge, wisdom, or understanding. Look at all these entertainers, billionaires, Jay-Z, whoever it may be. You know why they're excelling in life? Because they're relatable and because they're likable in some respects. They're professional, relatable, and likable. But at the end of the day, my son is doing some attention-seeker behaviors. If he breaks that gate, his mom is going to be highly upset, and I'm not going to like that. So it is what it is. It's not what it's... Stop, man. I'm going to take you outside. Chill. Light skin activities. Be lightable. You're going to break that, bro. And I'm going to have to buy another one and install it. And I don't even remember how I installed it the first time because I was drunk. But it is what it is. It's not what it's not. It's Aaron Moses on the bang. You the bang. We the bang together, man. Lives in the brother. Be likable. Peace. Gang.